Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with our subject Computer Science, class 11th, session number 1, Introduction to Python. So Python is a programming language which is most commonly used by everyone. So Python is a programming language. It's a high-level programming language in which you can code, write your program. So you can also develop your softwares. You can design your Android-based applications, and most commonly used by the ethical hackers to learn the different types of scripts. So let's explore the features of Python. So Python is easy to use. Python is a compact and very easy to use object-oriented programming language with a very simple syntax rule. It is a high-level language and thus very programmer friendly. So Python is easy to learn, easy to read and easy to maintain. Second features of Python is expressive language. So Python is expressiveness means it is a more capable to expressing the code purpose than other languages. So in a Python we have a fewer line of a code with a simple syntax. Next is Python is interpreted language. So Python is an interpreted language. It's not a compiled language. This means that the Python installation interpret and execute the code line by line at a time. It makes the Python an easy to debug the language and thus the suitable for the beginner to the advanced users just because of its interpreted. So if you don't know what is the difference between interpreted and compiler, so the first thing is that it is important to understand the Python is an interpreted language. So in a compiler, it converts the whole program in object coding and it reads the whole program and find the errors if any in that the code. But in the interpreted, it read a one line at a time and convert into the object programming. So this is the main difference between compiler and interpreter. Next is completeness. When you install the Python, you get the everything you need to do a real work. So you don't need to download and install the additional libraries. All the types of required functionality is available through the various modules of Python standard library. So if you want to use any type of a library like GUI development, network connections and many more, everything is compiled in a one single package of Python. Python is a cross-platform language. Python can run equally well on the varieties of platform. For example, like on a Windows, Linux, Unix, Macintosh and also in your Android phones. So it is amazing. So any program that is written on a one platform is easy to port to the second operating system. Is a free to use and open source. The Python language is freely available, is that without any cost. You can download it from the python.org and it's not only it's a free, it's also the source code is also available, is that it's open source. So you can also modify, improve or extend an open source softwares. If you want to do any modification in your Python software, you can also do the modification in the source code of Python and convert it according to your requirements. Next, the uses and application areas of Python. The Python is involved a very powerful and complete and useful language over these years. So these days the Python is being used in many fields in different applications. So some of them are like it's using as a scripting language. So you can generate any script for any module or any task. So it's also used in a web applications. It's also used in a game development, so you can generate the games with the help of Python. It's also used in a system administration. It's a rapid prototyping, so you can also develop the GUI programs or a softwares. So you can also design a database application with the help of Python. So these all are the different features of Python. So now we will learn how to work in a Python. So before starting a work in a Python, you need to install the Python on your computer. So there are the multiple ways to install the Python on your computer, but the best way is to default installation available from the python.org. You can learn how to download and setting up your computer to use the Python in next session. So I'm using here the text editor, that is a PyCharm. So please watch that video first and then start your programming. So from here you can select any theme. So from here you can install these different tools if you want to plug in your computer. So you need to install these plugins like the IdeaVim, R and aiims tools. So this is for the cloud supporting. So you can download and install in your PyCharm. So after the installation of it, so click on start your PyCharm. So it takes some time to configure the first time on your computer. So we are going to create a new project. So select this one. So select the directory where you want to store your all these projects. You can select this environment using the virtual is the by default. Set up it as it is and then click on create button. So base interpreted, and after detecting this, then you can click on create button. So here you can see that is our first window of PyCharm. So you can read these tips which will improve you for typing the code more closely. So it will take first time to creating the virtual environment. It will take some time to selecting the virtual environment. So after the successful installation of these all files, then you are able to run your program. So just wait for a few seconds. So after the installation you will get here this window. So click on file, click on new, select the option the Python file, give the first name to your program, for example program 1 is a Python file, press enter. So after some time it will open your program number 1.py. So now here we have to type the code. So I am going to type the code like hashtag my first program, print hello world. So now after this typing your code, then you have to save your program by pressing the Ctrl S key from your keyboard, or either you can right click on this program and run your program to see the output. So click on run program 1, or either you can use a shortcut key Ctrl plus Shift plus F10. So when you run this program, you can see here in the Python console we have a program name, and the output hello world. Now just understand what is the code we have typed here. The first line, the hashtag my first program, is treated as a comment in a Python. The hash symbol is used when you have to write a comment. Comment any information that you want to use as a programmer. So the Python will completely ignore all these lines that are starting with the hash. So we use these comments when we have to give some additional information to the programmer about our program. In a second line, we have used the print function. So the print function takes the string hello world and display it on your output device. So here is the output of print function. So just change this function, just change this string for example, my name is Hargul. So just run this program again. So either you can right click on here, or now you can also run it from this run button. So just click on this button to see the output. So here is my name is Hargul. So have you watched the difference? In a previous function here we have used the double quotes, but in this we are using the single quotes. So string, you can either use a double quote or a single quote, but can't be used both at same time. So this is a first program. So in next session we will learn about the different parts of a program, or the different things of program, how the program is compiled, how the program is executed by the computer, how the program is run on your computer. So thank you, have a nice day.